What up, though? Ledge here. It ain't a game. You know the name. App. Gang, gang, gang. Alright? So, Born Legacy 8 happened over the weekend. And within 24 hours, man, the folks at URL dropped a battle from the event. And the battle was Danny Myers versus Chess. It was heavily talked about on Twitter. I was at work trying to get the updates. I was scrolling my timeline, and it was overwhelmingly a consensus for one side. So I was like, which I didn't put too much stock in, and I'm gonna tell you why afterwards. But well, I just never put stock in until I see it myself, anyways. But there's like an actual reason specifically for this battle. So yeah, that's what I heard. So I was just like, okay, this is interesting. Like, I can't wait to see it, no matter what. So here we are. He what was it, Sunday morning? It comes out, it releases. I was still at work. I seen the first round. That's why, if you follow me on Twitter, I only tweet about the first round because when it first dropped, I was at work. Only able to get through the first. When I came back home, I watched it 2 times, and I came away pretty satisfied with who I thought won. So round one is on Chess. Chess makes a Cleveland reference, and well, not a Cleveland reference. He just uses Cleveland, the land, because he said something about shooting it, a land on you. Cleveland, if I shoot, y'all shooting with me. Yeah, exactly. I had a land on you. Like, and the crowd went crazy. I thought his setup, the way he paced it, he wasn't rapping so fast. It was very slow, not too slow to where it was boring. It was like captivating slow. Like, where is he going with this? And that's what I like about him a lot of times. When he's so unorthodox in what he's talking about, you don't know exactly where he's going with it. It could be totally opposite of what you thought. So that was dope. And he was getting reactions early and often. Middle of his first round, he had some highs. He had a few dry spots, but he closed it out strong. So I felt like, he had a strong beginning, very strong beginning. He was landing a lot early, and he had a strong ending to close it out. So I said, first round was pretty solid, really solid. It was a beatable first. It wasn't like he didn't spaz all the way through. It wasn't like his first versus Tay Rock or his first versus Geechee Gotti or anything like that. But it was a strong first. Danny goes and he comes out the gate rebuttaling. I think he rebutted twice. I know one didn't hit and then one did. And in there, it was kind of the reverse of what Chess was doing. I don't think he started out strong, but in the middle section, the chunk of his round, I thought he had some really good material in there. Danny was cooking for a minute. He was yelling every bar or something, but every bar wasn't landing. But I get almost every bar he had was landing until like the back end of his round, and that's where I think the separation was. I felt like in Chess's rounds, it's really important to start off well and finish well, to me. But I felt like Danny started slow and ended kind of weak, kind of light, and also there was early stages of back and forth pushing and shoving a little bit, more so from Chess. But if you watch, Danny is one of those type of guys who will move closer to you when you're rapping. He wants to embrace the contact in fun though. Like, Danny is never trying to fight or trying to start something, a scuffle or anything. That's just his form. I think he's trying to be the anti, or not the anti. I think he's trying to be the opposite of him, of his former self. If you look at his older battles where he was laughing and giving you hugs for the cold ass bars and stuff like that, like, I think he's really trying to. He's been like that for like I want to say since the K Shine battle, but it's probably been before that. That he's just been serious, in your face. Because back in the day, he used to be total opposite. He used to be geeking, like, oh, that was cold. Pushing you and hugging you and you yelling and screaming, like, bro, he's cooking you right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so he did that early stage. You see Chess moving, like, bro, Like, yo, I got water in my hand, relax, pushing him back a little bit. But so that's how the first round went. I said I looked at it the first time in the first round. I looked at it in the first round when I was at work. The first time I was like, yo, this is a mad close round. And I tweeted that out. And I was like, damn. So when I came in back home and I watched it and watched it again, I just edged it a chest. Be honest with you. I felt like the stuff I liked from Danny, the stuff I liked from Chess, I just asked myself, whose stuff did I like more? It was really that simple. And I like Chess stuff more. So he was already up 1-0. Moving on to the second. Chess didn't know he can rebuttal like that. He had a really nice rebuttal because Danny said something about his moms, and he rebuttals that like, damn, you talking about my moms? Then he makes it was weird. It was not weird, but it was dope because the rebuttal was a shot at Young Ill, and he still tied it into talking about Danny and his baby moms. Like, that shit was crazy. So yeah, y'all gotta see that. That rebuttal was mean, mean, mean. And in the second round, I felt like he was turning up a bit. And one thing I noticed was he was performing a lot more in this round. Like, he was moving. He was a little more comfortable. I feel like the first round, he was just trying to get his bars out. Second round, the stage was his and he was owning it. You know what I'm saying? So he had the Mad Max line. He had a lot of lines in there. Um, I do think he was attacking the whole kids and you're not a good father angle. For the most part, throughout the whole battle, he was kind of touching on that. Sometimes it would hit, sometimes it wouldn't. I think Chess is so creative that he can touch on a similar subject that somebody else touched on, but still make it like fresh and new. So yeah, man, he was talking in that second. I do think the back half of his round was stronger than the first half outside of the rebuttal. So that's what was going on. And again, it was more intense, in your face, things like that. And Tay Rock was there in full support. And it was weird because I seen people was talking about gas, but I'm like, it was really only Tay Rock. Chef Trez was there, but his voice didn't stand out to me, so I don't know where y'all heard gas from. I felt like it was even as far as the amount of people that was there for each MC. And most of the people on stage I seen was neutral parties. When I seen Debo, Smack, Jazz, I see another female battle rapper up there. RX was there, so I didn't see all of the gas that people was talking about. So yeah, I thought he had a really dope second. Danny opens up the second, and here's where the incident occurs that people know about. He opens up the round where he's like swinging. He's performing his bars. He's talking about swinging on Chess, like, you'll hit a left and Gabriel to right. So as he's doing it, he's swinging and he's really close to Chess. Like, and then the one time it's like an overhand right, and I don't know. I had to watch it one more time. I don't think he hit him, but he was really close, and that kind of just set off Chess. Chess pushes him and proceeds to tell him like, "Yo, you do that again, like you gonna see," and all that. Danny like not trying to hear, like, "Well, we rapping, like, yo, we just rap, like, you look at you emotional." He's talking to Tay Rock. Chef Trez gets on stage. And then once Chef Trez got on stage, he stayed on stage too. Like he was ready for whatever. And I do feel Chess overreacted. I wouldn't say he overreacted because no, he overreacted afterwards. Once you was like, yo, you're a little too close, he could have just said that and that would have been the end of it, right? But to say you doing too close, push him, and then like interrupt the whole round, basically the whole beginning, to try to get it cracking, I thought that was a bit too much. You could have made your point one time and then just let him go. And if he do it again, and if he touch you, then so be it, right? But I think he dragged that a bit, And I think that's when the crowd turned. I felt like the crowd turned on him after that. And here's why. Two reasons. One, after the incident, Danny started wigging. Danny was wigging. I'm not gonna lie. He talked about that situation that occurred at Summer Impact Reloaded that we all know about. Am I wrong? All right. So sorry about that. I had to get that out. Banner goes hard. I don't care what nobody say, man. That shit's still a banger. All right, so he touched on that, and he said something about Tay Rock is like the perfect gentleman. He'll hold the door for you and shit like that, because everybody seen that picture of Rock kind of standing still when all the chaos was going on. But that was funny. He got a big crowd reaction. And yeah, man, he kind of just took off after that. The momentum I felt shifted, because I gave Chester first, and he had a really strong second. A really strong second. That incident happens, and it's kind of like it nullified everything he did to the people in the building, not to me, because I felt like, and this is why people are weird to me when they judge battles, because they don't know how to separate their emotional feelings from just the material. I do that in my sleep. Like, I'm here for the material. I'm only judging your material. So I seen a lot of people like, yo, I'm giving him this round because his lack of professionalism. And even the crowd fell for it, because Danny had a good round, but then after the round was over, the crowd was yelling 2-0, which was weird to me, because after the first round, after Danny ends, I didn't see people overwhelmingly chanting 1-0. So I don't know where that came from, but it was weird, and that's why you just can't trust crowds. Like, listen, man, half of them people in the building don't even be watching the battle all the way. They be mingling. They be too busy trying to text out bars. They be drinking. Like, so it was weird to me that occurred. But so I did give Danny that round though. I think he turned up, and he stayed turned up all the way to the end of his round afterwards. And like I said, that incident happened early. So when I say after that happened, he turned all the way up, that's mostly his whole round, because again, he opened up with like the swinging shit, and he immediately got stopped because of that incident. So now we're off into the third. Chess enters. This is creative. He enters the parallel universe, and he's talking to Danny with the perspective that Danny is his father in some form or fashion. Well, not really his father, but he's talking to his father in the parallel universe or something like that. And it was just really creative how he was breaking it down, talking about the things he had to go through while his pops wasn't doing the things he was supposed to be doing. And he's basically connecting it to Danny, because he feel like Danny is similar to his father. It was just really dope how he layered it together. Now, some people liked it. Some people thought he dragged it too much. Some people thought it wasn't good. I thought it was dope. And I think within the storyline of something that's kind of compelling like that, that's a little bit more deep, because it's actually like a real story, I don't mind it. So it's not like he did it for the whole round. Right after that, he started barring again, and his bars was hitting after that. So I thought he had a strong third. Thought he had a strong third, and I also didn't think he choked like people were saying. I think that was a part of the round. Like, it was a stumble. I mean, not even a stumble. It was like a fake choke, because he was saying, I'm choked up talking about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what people be watching, but then again, that's why we all have our own phones and TVs and own eyes and ears. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna leave that alone. So yeah, I thought he had a solid third. It wasn't like the greatest round ever. It wasn't whack. It's a good round. Danny goes, rebuttals again. He had two. One didn't hit, but the one about clapping his mom, or you hear something clapping in the room, that's me and his mom's, or something to that degree about him Like he had a lot of mom rebuttals, man. It was funny, but it got a nice reaction in the room. I laughed at it. It was nice, and because he had to, because the first one didn't hit. And then he gets into his round, man. He gets into his round, and he was kind of choppy. He had a few stumbles. Well, not I wouldn't even say stumbles, but he had a few times where he lost his placement of the rounds and the words. So he would like double back and triple back, and it would just be a little sluggish and awkward. So it wasn't. That was probably, in my opinion, his weakest round to me. And off of that, I I gave it around the chest, man. I got chest winning 2-1. To be honest with you, I really, I don't know. Like I would love for you guys to. This is what I want to do. I want to sit down with people. I want to start doing this. I want to have my own watch. Shout out to Avocado. I want to have my own watch battle shit with actual fans who will be like, yo, you bugging, or because I want to hear like what line you get points to. Also, I feel like a lot of you guys who watch battles only score punches, and that lets me know you just kind of started getting into battle rap. Because if and it's weird too, because people who love Loaded Lux would have to score things more, because he doesn't punch every bar. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we pick and choose let who we give like lean, like we let slide with certain shit. Like we really are lenient towards certain people, because I just don't get it, man. I just don't get how people were overwhelmingly saying Chess lost this when this is really a close battle damn near every round, in my opinion. Like I don't see Danny clearly winning around, and I don't really see Chess clearly running around. Like I feel like he edged this. He edged the first and the third. If I was scoring it, which I scored it, I didn't use the app because I just use my own system. It's just like I score. I'll give you 1 point for a nice jab, 2 for a really good crowd reaction. That's like, yo, if I was in the building, I would have made some noise for that line. And 3 for a haymaker. That's just even the MCs and people in that area that's against you would be like, yo, that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? A haymaker is just an undeniable bar. That's just, a seatbelt buckle up type shit. So that's how I was scoring it. And yeah, man. So I think the first round edged it to Chess. What was it? I had 16-14. Then gave Danny 22 points in the second. Gave Chess 17. And then the third round, I edged it. What was that? Let's see. I got it. Yeah, 16-14 Chess. So that's how I got it, and that's how I scored it. I feel like the second rounds were the best rounds, and Chess lost. He lost that second round because he made a rookie mistake and let his emotions and get the best of him. And I do think that's something we need to talk about. Like, our battle rappers are just they don't realize that, yes, you're still getting paid, and yes, you got your second half already, but the long-term effects of y'all acting like savages on stage are messing up bigger bags for you in the future. And unless you don't feel like you can make a career out of this, then fine. But if you guys want this shit to really be something, to really take it to the next level, so at the very least, you know what I'm saying, at the very least you're making 10 to 15 G's, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. Like, show some professionalism and just rap, alright? Like, it's getting a little ridiculous, alright? So that's my take on it. If you got Danny winning, I definitely see it, but I understand it. But that was crazy on Twitter, man. That's why it's always good to see battles for yourself. Alright, so go ahead and kill me in the comments. like and subscribe. I got interviews coming up. I got all type of YouTube content, so you don't want to miss it. My Instagram, my outlets for my podcast that I drop that you don't get any YouTube content. It'd be original content only for the podcast. If you want the link to that, it's in the description box. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's going to be on the screen, and again in the description box, the link. So follow me on Twitter, and man, just have a good time and enjoy. I'm looking forward to the next battle that drops from this event. Hopefully it's the ladies. I'm looking forward to seeing Misfit versus Official. So hopefully get that sometime this week. And stay tuned, man, for more. I'm dropping a lot of shit this week, alright? So I'll see y'all later. And as always, keep it battle rap. Love.